And welcome to Verbal Pick Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people. Like to welcome y'all to the show. Look, I gotta drop this on you all real quick because a lot of things are taking place right before 2021. But if you've been following this show, Verbal Pick Radio, we've been talking about 5G before AT&T went out and put up the polling, the satellites for it. We were talking about myself, Pebbles, Low Key, Marcus Bud. We were doing shows on 5G before it was available for the public, right? And how some scientists were stating how it was affecting wildlife, affecting the atmosphere, affecting the immune system. It seems like COVID rolled in with 5G. We don't know, but yeah, the corporations are saying that it's safe. The amount of radio waves that it's putting out is not harmful to the humans, but and we saw in some European country where the suicide rate was up when they put in these 5G towers, and I mean you got difference of opinions. Some say the amount of radiation that it emits through radio waves is not enough to do harm, and some is saying that it is. Now you might ask, why did I bring that up, right? Well, simply because the guy Warner, who was responsible for blowing up the AT&T towers in Nashville, right? Matter of fact, let me get it. This is a criminal history for downtown Nashville bombing suspect consists of a single drug charge. Now, I want to get into that before I get into the 5G, right? Because this kind of did tick me off in a sense. I'm going to read a little bit to you. This coming from Nashville, Tennessee, WKRN. It says the Antioch man who investigators say detonated a bomb inside of an RV in downtown Nashville Christmas morning has a limited criminal past in Tennessee, which consists of a single drug charge from decades ago. You see how I'm sorry. You see how they try to cover up for white men? You know how much time black men has done on a single drug charge? Come on, man. It's ridiculous. Look, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations provided news too with the criminal history for Anthony Quinn Warner, 63, which included one charge for possession of marijuana for resale that dated back to Jan 29, 1978. At the time, he was arrested by the Metro Nashville Police Department. So what it's saying is he purchased marijuana to sell marijuana. So he was a low-level drug dealer. That's how they paint black people. You know, it's the same standards for everybody. You know, now that part did kind of upset me, right? You know, but I do want to say that the other part that, you know, the son would try to make him out to be a hero, and that's dealing with the 5G. It says feds investigate. It's still WKRN. Feds investigate whether Nashville bomber motivated by paranoia over 5G technology. Investigators are looking seriously at whether paranoia over 5G technology led an Antioch man, Mr. Warner, to detonate a bomb inside of an RV in downtown Nashville Christmas morning, killing himself. Now, for those of you who don't know, his father, right, worked for AT&T. He drove the RV in front of the AT&T building and detonated it because he felt as though the 5G was endangering the planet, right? The atmosphere, nature, your immune system. So he wanted to be a martyr, take action. And I'll send a message to AT&T, one that they can't forget, and we'll release it, and I'll go out with a bang, literally, and he did, right? The sources told ABC News that Anthony Quinn Warner, 63, may have been motivated, at least in part, by that paranoia, which also possibly extended to a range of things, including the existence of life in outer space, right? See how they got to tie that in? Metro Police and the FBI have not revealed if they believe the AT&T building where the RV was parked was Warner's intended target, but said they are investigating. Don Cochran, the U.S. Attorney for Middle Tennessee, announced Sunday evening that Warner was killed in the explosion, which occurred at 6:30 a.m. Friday morning near 2nd Avenue North and Commerce Street, leaving behind a trail of destruction. Prior to the blast, Metro Police said Warner played audio recordings of a countdown, a warning for people to evacuate, and the song Downtown by Petula Clark. One Metro officer was knocked to the ground while another suffered temporary hearing loss as a result of the blast. And it was a big blast. 3 other people were transported to area hospitals with injuries that were not considered to be life-threatening, according to the investigators. And it's still ongoing about the investigation. But his father was working at AT&T, so that means he had inside knowledge. Probably his father was finding out what was going on. He wanted to break the story. He was saying, hey, this 5G stuff, man, is dangerous. Warner believed it was dangerous. He parks an RV in front of the AT&T building to send a message, stop the 5G. He was trying to take a stance for humanity, blew himself up along with the RV, and bada bing, bada boom, right? Explosion went off, and then when the white guy does something, okay, now it's damage control. How's it damage control? Well, he didn't have a criminal record. His criminal record went back to 1978, and he purchased marijuana with the intent to sell it, and he got busted. But it was so long ago. It was minor. But come on now, when Black and Brown, they go all the way back to your criminal record, and they post your mug shot, and then they try you with public's opinion of you, and you condemn. So when it goes to court, they send that same narrative of that this black person, this brown person is a criminal. You must prosecute. I mean, come on, come on, because they do it. I mean, they do it all the time. White guy goes and shoot up a mall. He goes and shoot up concerts. He goes and shoot up schools. And what they say, well, he was suffering from depression because his mother, or he was suffering from depression because his mother and father got a divorce. He was suffering from depression. They make every excuse within the book. It's just, instead of saying, hey, man, this dude was a psycho. Hey, man, this dude was just a natural born killer. He was just a killer. I mean, even with Donald Trump, all the damage and destruction that you hear people complaining about, they still tried to say, well, he still can save his legacy if he did this and that. Or they really wouldn't just attack him and call him names or ridicule him like they would have done Obama. They still tried to give him an out. It's just that Trump was so steadfast on his mentality and what he thought, that he didn't give a damn of what they thought. He was going to do him anyway. So it backed him in the corner, and some had to start calling him out and, ridiculing him in a sense. But they gave him every opportunity in the book to try to change his course. Black men, brown men, we don't get that choice. You condemn by your past no matter how long ago it's been, right? When you commit a crime, you call a thug or a rogue or an animal. White men just come out on us like you. You can see it in their eyes, and the hate, their frustration. They just want to call us out, right? But when a white person does it, they try to make it seem as though, it's not that serious. People, calm down. He was suffering from something. We all have to get over this, and we have to come together as the community. Man, come on. Dude blew up a building. Now, he would have some sympathizers, those starched nose against the 5G, and those who did research and believe that 5G is hurting life, whether it be plant life, wildlife, or human life. It's been noted in several publications on the dangers of 5G, and you can go back and research and look at our commentary on the 5G that we've done on this show, Verbal Peak Radio. However, we have to look at the fact that, is this how whites or the colonized, let's say that, because sometimes when I say this how white folks, or I say this how Caucasian, they try to stem it to see I'm race bait, and it becomes a racial issue, and this is not what I'm saying. I'm saying when the colonizers protest, they always lead to some type of a violent protest. Some type of when they're upset and they're against something, they come full force. They come out with guns, they come out with their rifles, and they're ready to fight. And this Warner guy, he didn't like AT&T implementing 5G, forcing it down the people's throats. So his way of combating that was, he's going to load up an RV. He's going to give a countdown. He's going to play music as if he's the Joker, right? And he's going to go out in a chaotic rage, right? He's getting ready to sign out because of his disagreement with the 5G and AT&T. And so there you have it. It's like, wow, man. What is going on in society? What is going on with people saying, hey, leave the Confederate statues up, racism, burning down Black Lives Matter signs in front of two historically AME black churches in D.C.? What's going on when a young man, Mr. Hill, in Columbus, Ohio, who goes and visits friends, who was staying there, working on his vehicles, revving the engine up. Police get called on him. Police shows up. He has a phone in his hand, and he's shot within 10 seconds of the arrival of the police department. The police officer Coy, COY, which I stated, he will be made an example of for that heinous act. It's just ridiculous, what we faced. And it's reason why it's ridiculous is because it's been going on too long. Enough is enough. That's what I'm saying. We cannot pack this in 2021, right? Because it had its feel. We have to show that we've evolved into a higher plane of existence as human beings on this planet in order to justify us being here. You have to evolve with the times. If not, you go back into a savage state. And these actions that are taking place by so-called human beings is really actions of savagery. And when it becomes to that degree, you can't justify your existence from being here, because the Creator didn't create man to de-evolve into savages, but actually to evolve into himself with the attributes of him. All right? So it is what it is, right? So we got to do certain things. Some people may understand. Some people may not understand, and they might be quick to judge and judge harshly, but without a clear understanding. But you can't do anything like that. You know? You can't do that. But here we are, Verbal Creek Radio. We're not through, leading you into the year 2021, and we're out. Thank you all for listening. We'll see you next time.